Oh man, does it suck to have to tell someone that we're going to do something? Knowing that we've let them down so many times, like the catchphrase that we're known for is, oh, this is just your next big thing. Ugh. It makes committing to anything super hard because we've adopted this gift of forward thinking everything to the point of failure. So, why get started? I can just see myself failing at this. Oh my God, it's awful. Let's have a little chatsky poo and find a little workaroundy poo on that. You are listening to ADHD Big Brother, the podcast for adults struggling with their ADHD, their comorbid depression, their anxiety. Oh, it's just a hoot. I'm your host and your ADHD Big Brother, Russ Jones. I've got ADHD too. I've got depression as well. It's crap-tastic. So let's learn some stuff. Let's laugh at some stuff. Let's make some commitments to do some stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, here's some stuff. Welcome to the podcast. Hey, how's it going? Hey, how you doing? Hi, nice to meet you. I almost said, let's dive right in. I literally almost said, all right, guys, let's dive right in. And I punched myself in the mouth. All right, ADHD Big Brother wise, the $10 for 10 days thing that was going to go until May. If you get this podcast on Monday, take advantage of it. It's still going on. I haven't pulled it yet. I looked at my calendar and I don't have time to end it until Wednesday. I don't actually have the time in my calendar to schedule the work session to yank it. So I put the work session in for Wednesday. So it will happen on Wednesday. I was a good ADHDer. I scheduled it into my calendar. Okay. So if you want to experience what it's like to actually do the things that you say you're going to do, if you want to experience what it's like to show up and admit things like that we're going to talk about on this episode, come into the community, or you can just spend $10, download all my resources, watch all the replays. It's totally up to you. But you know what? It's a great way to jump in and see what all the fuss is about. All right, let's do the mental health report. Okay, so this is where we normalize talking about our skull spaghetti, right? The good, the bad, and the weird. We're not always fine, so it's good to chat about it. My mental health seems to be doing pretty good at the moment. I find it interesting, though, that I'm doing these mental health reports like weekly. So I'm kind of giving you like a summary of an overall, but the ups and downs in a given week can be pretty uppy and downy. When I was writing the podcast earlier in the morning, my kid was asleep. I was drinking a cup of coffee. I had a pretty good vibe. Mental health was good. Right now, I'm recording this podcast. I do not feel a lot of dread going on. So that's cool. And I'm actually feeling quite a bit free at the moment. I might have mentioned this last week that I was going to do this, but I did it. I deleted all my social media accounts. Bye-bye. Got rid of LinkedIn too. Good day, sir. I'm on Substack writing articles. If you like to read them, great. They are the written equivalent of the podcast, I guess. So I enjoy writing. And I also enjoy talking, which is what I'm doing right now, and helping, which is what I do at ADHD Big Brother. If you actually genuinely want to connect, awesome. I'd love to connect. I have a contact form on my website, ADHDBigBrother.com. Done. Let us connect. And there you go. That is my mental health report. So, I think it's safe to say that unmanaged ADHDers, even those of us that are quite proficient at the management of our ADHD, we suck at stuff sometimes, don't we? Do we want to pretend that we don't? I don't know. I mean, how do we grow then, without an honest assessment to kick it off? What is our task suckitude level? Maybe there's a delicate, less blunt way to say it. I don't know. That just requires mental effort. And, I'm just fine calling it exactly what it feels like in the moment. It feels like I'm sucking. I don't really want to wear a mask for myself. Don't say that you suck, Russ. You're working hard work, and you're doing the best that you can. I'm like, I know, yeah. I get that. Let's just call it what it is, though. Like, who gives a shit? This week, I sucked at doing the laundry. How about that? I know I'm not a bad person. But I sucked at laundry. I punted that laundry forward big time. I also sucked at doing the dishes before I went to bed. Couple of nights I hit it. Always better to wake up in the morning to an empty sink, But I sucked at doing the dishes. If you were going to tally it up, Number of days that I did it, number of days that I didn't. Suckitude was higher. But you know what? Big deal. These are just the facts. It's not a declaration of my character flaws. You know what I suck really bad at right now? Oh my God, not eating bread. Failing at that hard. But this is just my initial assessment. That's just an honest assessment of where I'm currently at. Doesn't mean anything good or bad about me, the individual. But holy shit, do I suck at not eating bread. Okay, so here we are. So the cool thing about sharing the things that I suck at with you, and also I do that inside ADHD Big Brother, is that it makes the personal sting of it so much less. Like I can whine, I can complain about how hard these stupid dishes are, and it's totally cool. It is hard to do that in the normie world, isn't it? For trivial thing like the dishes, like these dishes are so hard for me. And, that's often met with eye rolls and, suck it up. Everybody has to do the dishes. It's your turn, dude. Come on. And sometimes, God, it's just knowing that you know how easy it is technically to do a dish, right? And, when I say dishes and laundry, that is the metaphor that I use for everything that is easy but hard to do, right? It's the stuff that we can do, but for some reason that we can't do. Even all you CEOs out there you can apply this to your trivial, the shit you can't delegate, and yet you also can't suck it up and get done. You know what I mean? It's that stuff. This podcast, it's mostly late in lifers. That's generally who I hear from the most. Like, we've already read the books. We know on paper we're not broken. So what am I doing? We're going to put on the mask of I'm not broken when everything in us relating to this thing that we're trying to do tells us that we're broken. And now we have to have that fight, like where we convince ourselves that we're not broken first. Like there's a whole production baked into doing the dishes. It becomes a whole thing. That used to be super isolating to me, by the way. Maybe that's why I have such an aggressive stance on it. It would be like I feel broken, but I'm not supposed to feel broken. I can't even struggle with my ADHD, right? Oh, the nuances of it all is fucking unnerving. Like, how am I supposed to manipulate my perspective so that the world looks different than how I feel? It's a real battery drain sometimes. Can someone just please tell me how to rinse my fucking dish? How about that? By the way, I'm coming from this, I know that this is an exaggerated, dramatic place that I'm coming from. It's from my depression. It's my particular thing is doing the quote unquote dishes when I have this inner, like, well, what's the purpose of anything? It's like a real dramatic dread, like why bother with the dishes? Fuck them. So I don't like that. I'm more of I feel broken. It sucks. It's a shitty feeling for sure. So now how does a person that feels broken do the dishes? I know I'm not broken. I know it. I feel it though. So that's a big difference. This is reminding me of like this acting conversation that I had with Alistair. My son, Alistair, he is really into acting. And we were talking about like the nervousness of performing in front of people. And I've done that for decades. And there's just don't be nervous, right? Nervousness exists. You can philosophize it. You can hype yourself up, tell yourself that nervousness means that you care. But so what? It doesn't go away. Not for me, it doesn't. The best thing possible for nervousness for me was to get up on stage, even though. I am huge into the even though concept. It doesn't necessarily take away the nervousness, but oh my God, does it get easier to show up and get on stage the more you do it and you live to tell the tale. Some days it goes great. Some days you crash and burn, but they all started with nervousness. What is my option here? This is where it kind of like relates to the bigger ADHD picture for me. It's that thought of like, well, what am I going to do? Do I want to spend an hour before I go on stage journaling about nervousness, meditating about nervousness? Or maybe I go on stage when it's my cue, even though, and then I save myself an hour of percolating in misery. Even though it isn't about a willpower thing to me, even though it's saying that I accept this uncomfortableness, and I'm not trying to make it go away first. Willpower to me is the act of like sucking it up and ignoring feelings, even though to me says I'm making the attempt without changing my feelings. When we get into the muddy waters of, but the moment, how do I get started in the moment? That's a different nut to crack. That's go to my website, get the Ready, Set, Go framework for that. That's a hack think type situation in my world. Set a timer, easy point of entry. There's a process. So let's apply this to the shame of 1,000 tries. You've tried this over and over and over and over again, and it's embarrassing to admit it now. You feel awful. Nobody believes you anymore, and you can't do this alone. Oh my God. Even though you suck at the dishes or whatever the thing is, and I'll just use me currently. I suck at not eating bread, like I mentioned. I have tried many times to give up bread. It doesn't help that the flour tortilla and chips and salsa finds its way into that category. I could ignore it and hope that I get inspired someday when it's too late. I'll rely on that good old-fashioned urgency, that so many of us herald as our gift. That's what makes me so great. I can shit my pants in fear and anxiety, and ultimately I'll kick butt and finish the thing because I'm super focused. Superpower, activate. I'm like, great, okay, that's awesome. What's your underwear budget? Holy crap. Or I could put visibility on it to people that I feel comfortable with. For me, that's ADHD Big Brother. I can keep it visible and I can iterate until it happens. That means facing the potential shame of it all, right? First of all, I'm admitting that something is a struggle. That takes a hefty even though. That's a hard thing to do sometimes for stuff that we've determined should be easy, shouldn't require support. I should be able to do this on my own. Yeah, it's tough. There's an even though in that one. Even though I have no business complaining about something, it's so trivial while the world is burning, I'm going to complain about, I don't know how to not eat bread. Yeah, exactly. Even though I have no business soliciting the support of others for this thing that I am clearly not winning at. So what am I going to do? I'm just wasting everybody's time. Even though I could feel stupid, embarrassed to be on the 50th attempt of trying a thing, I'm so frustrated with myself and my brain keeps telling me to stop wasting people's time. Even though all of that, fuck it, I'm going to share and keep it visible. Even though everybody else has important things that they're working on and my thing is trivial and dumb and everybody's going to laugh at me and think I'm stupid. Even though that's what my asshole brain is saying, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to make it visible. What this does, at least that's how I play it, is it turns the shame of 1,000 tries into the game of 1,000 tries. It's like we're going after doing a thing, right? And let's also keep in mind, I'm assuming that you're in therapy, right, for your therapy needs. Therapy is the order of the day. I'm a huge fan of therapy, and I love therapists. They are doing God's work, helping process through the bullshit of our lives. Cannot recommend that enough. You come to me when you want help doing stuff. I'm not going to wait around for you to fix your life before you start moving the needle forward on your ideal vision of yourself. Nobody's getting over their childhood trauma and their decades long of failing with ADHD because you didn't realize it was ADHD and you thought you were a lazy piece of shit. I'm not waiting around to get on the other side of that perspective to do the fucking dishes. We can do it. Let's do it now. Like, what does it take now while you're sorting your life out? Let's see how many tries it's going to take. How many iterations? Let's keep it visible. On my end, I don't have to worry about people giving up on me or the idea that they might. I've surrounded myself with non-judgmental supporters. You should come into ADHD Big Brother and see. We have been amassing an army of support. It's pretty rad. I'm going to get on the other end of my bread issue. Get some of this unwavering support on the things that we say we want to do. One of the big differences here when you share is that you keep the dialogue open. You keep the process iterating until you get to your success. You got to keep it visible though. A lot of ADHDers early on, we say what we're going to do a thing. Like, I'm going to make this change. Tomorrow I'm going to make a phone call. And then we suck at it, right? We fail. We don't do it. And then we say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try again tomorrow. I'm going to get this. There's no conversation about what happened, about what got in the way, about what will be different in the effort next time. No constructive reflecting. It's just, I didn't do it. God dang it, I'm going to suck it up and do it tomorrow. And that suggests that we're just going to somehow change who we are overnight, I guess. And now suddenly I'm willing myself. I'll give myself, like, I'm going to try harder. I'm going to be the guy that's different this time. And that approach will typically meet with failure. But with the dialogue and with reflection and some curiosity, especially from others and with others, making it visible, that's when the ADHDer starts that process of doing the thing. So I'm confident that I will get to the no bread situation. It will be happening. Your turn. You don't need me to tell you that your brain's wired differently. You already know that. Your neuroplastometers and the neutron coordinate of your left hemisphere are, by ratio, 3 hexadecimals longer than a neurotypical. We got it. And that really makes the dishes hard to do. There. Good. Now that we know it's not us, it's not our soul, it's not our spirit, it's the goop inside the brain case. So we got to get outside the brain case. What are we doing today? What do you want to do? Here's a challenge for you. You want to play? I got a challenge for you. I want to help you get comfortable showing up. For those of you that need it, this could be super embarrassing outside your comfort zone. Perfect. Let's do it. Let's do it even though. I have this speak pipe thing that I got. I invite you. I'd like you to RSVP to my speak pipe link. I challenge you to click on that link and it will allow you to record a 90-second maximum message to me. People use it, I think, typically for fan mail, right? Or tell me what you want me to talk about. I don't do that. I'm too oppositional. But let's try it for this. Tell me your name. Tell me where you're from, because that's always cool to find out. And then tell me something you suck at right now. I'm Troy. I'm from Delaware. I suck at filing my taxes on time. I'm Stacy. I'm from Nova Scotia. I suck at texting my friends back. Yeah, that's a good one. Try it. Try showing up and sharing something. Something trivial even. I suck at taking a shower, whatever. What is that shame-making suckitude that you have? I already shared one of mine, so I think you kind of owe me anyway at this point. I put it out there for you. I suck at not eating bread. I don't care that it's dumb. I'm working on it, and that's visible. Send me a voice note, and I will send you one back, and let's see if it helps you put some visibility on your struggle. No positive reframes, no need to mask up and pretend that you have your shit together. Be you, however you are, and share whatever place you're at. Cool. And it's no big deal. I'm not going to air it, and I'm not going to share it. Done and done. Just practice the art of sharing the shame maker. Let's play the game of 1,000 tries together, and that'll do it. I hope you guys got something out of this. If you did, would you mind doing me the favor of sharing this with one other person that you know who you think might enjoy it? I'd really appreciate that. And I look forward to hearing your sweet, sweet voice note about what you suck at. Oh, and have yourself a great week, and I will talk to you later.